Welcome to our deep dive into Black Panther.
Oh, yeah.
We're going deep today with production notes, critical reviews, even some academic analyses.
Cool.
All about this cultural phenomenon. I mean, you shared these with us.
Yeah.
So clearly you're already intrigued.
Right.
But are you ready to see Wakanda like never before?
That's the goal. What's fascinating is how much richer the experience gets when you start to see the layers
Right.
beneath the superhero stuff. It's not just a movie. It's a masterclass in Afrofuturism.
See, Afrofuturism, I gotta admit, is one of those terms I throw around, but explaining it concisely,
Yeah.
that's tougher.
Well, imagine this. The vibranium-powered tech, the Dora Milaje's armor, even that soaring architecture of Wakanda itself.
Right.
All of that is Afrofuturism made visual.
Okay.
It takes the history and the traditions, the struggles of the African diaspora, and projects them onto a future where Black people, they not only survive, they thrive on their own terms.
Okay, that is way more concrete than my usual future meets Black culture spiel.
Sure.
And it makes the work of Hannah Beachler, the production designer, even more impressive.
Yeah.
You mentioned she created this whole visual Bible for Wakanda.
Oh, it's more than just a guide. It's an embodiment of Afrofuturism's principles.
Okay.
For example, the costumes.
Yeah.
They blend traditional African patterns with cutting-edge materials, symbolizing that fusion of past and future.
Interesting.
Then you've got the architecture, borrowing elements from real structures, like the Great Mosque of Janneh in Mali,
Wow.
but elevating them with these futuristic twists.
So it's not just visually stunning. It's a carefully crafted argument for what a self-determined African future could look like.
Exactly.
And that ties right into the complex political themes Black Panther tackles, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, just look at T'Challa and Killmonger. Their conflict goes way deeper than good guy versus bad guy.
Exactly. It's a debate as old as colonialism itself.
Okay.
Do you protect your own by staying separate? Or engage with the world, even if it means risking your safety, potentially losing your identity?
Yeah.
T'Challa, raised in Wakanda's haven, he initially embodies that isolationist instinct. But Killmonger, shaped by the brutal realities of being Black in America,
Yeah.
sees Wakanda's indifference as a betrayal.
And it's not like the movie gives easy answers.
No.
Killmonger's rage, I mean, it's born from valid pain, yet his methods are terrifying.
Yeah.
It forces us to confront those uncomfortable questions. What does responsibility look like for a nation that has prospered while others suffered?
Right.
And what happens when your own liberation feels dependent on someone else's oppression?
Those are the conversations Black Panther ignited both within the African diaspora and in the wider world. And remember, the film came out in 2018.
Yeah.
Right in the midst of the Black Lives Matter movement gaining momentum. Suddenly, these weren't just hypothetical debates. They were reflections of very real tensions and traumas playing out in the streets.
And that context makes moments like Killmonger screaming, "Bury me in the ocean with my ancestors that jumped from the ships because they knew death was better than bondage,"
Wow.
hit differently, doesn't
Yeah.
it? It's not just about a fictional villain.
No.
It's tapping into centuries of pain and resistance.
Exactly. It's a visceral reminder that history is never truly past.
All right.
And the legacies of colonialism, slavery, and systemic racism continue to shape the present.
Okay, so we've got a visually stunning world
Yeah.
built on Afrofuturistic principles, layered on top of these politically charged themes.
Right.
That resonated so deeply with audiences, particularly in the context of the social climate at the time. But there's another layer to unpack here, right? Black Panther wasn't just telling this story.
Right.
It was telling it through a specific lens, a lens that Hollywood hadn't really focused on before.
And that shift in perspective is precisely what makes this more than just a movie. Black Panther didn't just feature Black characters. It showcased the power of Black storytelling. Think about it. A predominantly Black cast, a Black director, Black writers shaping the narrative.
Right.
Even the music, heavily influenced by Afrobeat and hip-hop.
Yeah.
All added to the authenticity.
And that authenticity went beyond just ticking boxes.
Right.
These characters felt so nuanced and real.
Yeah.
Especially the women of Wakanda.
Absolutely.
Took 'em off.
Shuri, the tech genius.
Right.
She wasn't just a sidekick. She was the brains behind Wakanda's advancements.
Yeah.
A brilliant scientist challenging that stereotype of Black women in STEM fields.
And then there's Okoye,
Yeah.
the fierce general of the Dora Milaje.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's not often you see a dark-skinned Black woman portrayed as this powerful leader, warrior,
Right.
who's also allowed to be vulnerable
Yeah.
and express her emotions.
Precisely. Black Panther offered this range of multifaceted Black female characters, each with their own agency and complexities.
Yeah.
They were warriors, scientists, leaders, mothers, sisters, showcasing the depth and richness of Black womanhood.
It's no wonder the film resonated so deeply with Black women, especially young girls.
Right.
I mean, seeing themselves reflected on screen in such powerful, positive ways was revolutionary.
It was about reclaiming the narrative.
Yeah, and it wasn't just about representation. It was about
shifting the perspective from the dominant gaze to one that centers Black experiences and empowers Black voices.
And that shift had a tangible impact.
Yeah.
Not just within the film industry, but on a global scale.
It did.
You can't talk about Black Panther without mentioning its record-shattering box office success.
Oh, yeah.
Over $1.3 billion worldwide.
Huge.
It proved that a film celebrating Black culture with a predominantly Black cast could be a global phenomenon.
It dismantled that long-held Hollywood belief that films with Black leads wouldn't appeal to international audiences.
Right.
And it wasn't just a financial triumph.
No.
It sparked a cultural movement.
Wakanda forever became a rallying cry.
Yeah.
A symbol of pride and empowerment.
Oh, for sure.
I mean, you saw it everywhere, on T-shirts, in music, even on the runway, with designers incorporating Wakanda-inspired designs into their collections.
The film permeated every facet of pop culture.
It really did.
From sparking conversations about Afrofuturism in these academic circles to influencing language, inspiring new trends in hair and fashion.
Right.
Black Panther became a cultural touchstone.
It's fascinating how a superhero film managed to transcend the genre, become this catalyst for social change, a celebration of Black identity, and a powerful affirmation of Black excellence.
It proved that representation matters, that diverse stories have the power to connect with audiences worldwide, and that a film can be both commercially successful and a vehicle for meaningful social commentary.
What about the legacy? I mean, it's been a few years since its release, but Black Panther continues to be relevant.
For sure.
What do you think its lasting impact has been, especially within the film industry?
Well, it's certainly opened doors for more Black creatives, both in front of and behind the camera.
Right.
I mean, we've seen this surge in films and television shows featuring diverse casts, exploring stories that center Black experiences.
Yeah.
Black Panther demonstrated that these stories have a market.
Right.
An audience eager to see themselves reflected on screen.
But it's not just about quantity, is it?
No, it's about quality.
It's about ensuring that these stories are told authentically, with nuance and complexity. And that requires continued effort. Both from within the industry and from audiences who demand better representation.
Absolutely.
I mean, Black Panther was a watershed moment. But it's crucial to remember that it's not the end of the conversation.
No, it's not the end.
It's a stepping stone. An inspiration for future generations of filmmakers. To continue pushing boundaries and challenging the status quo.
That's it.
So where do we go from here? What's next for Afrofuturism?
That's where it gets really interesting. We've seen this incredible surge in Afrofuturistic expression, not just in film, but in literature, music, fashion, visual arts. It's become this vibrant, multidisciplinary movement. It makes you wonder what other stories are out there. Just waiting to be told. What new visions of the future will emerge from this wave of creativity? What does Afrofuturism look like when it's not just on screen, but like woven into the fabric of our lives?
And that's the truly powerful legacy of Black Panther, isn't it? It's not just about a single film. It's about sparking a movement, a way of thinking that challenges us to reimagine the world and our place in it.
Exactly.
It's about taking that Wakanda Forever energy and applying it to our own lives.
For sure.
What can we create? What can we build? What futures can we imagine for ourselves and our communities?
And it's not just about Black communities, is it? Afrofuturism, with its emphasis on inclusion, social justice, technological advancement, it offers a blueprint for a better future for everyone.
It's a reminder that even in the darkest of times, we can always imagine something better. Something brighter. And those imaginings have the power to inspire real change.
That's it.
So as we wrap up this deep dive, I want to leave you with this. Don't just watch Black Panther. Experience it. Let it spark your own imagination. Dig into the works of Octavia Butler. Explore the music of Sun Ra. Delve into that vibrant world of Afrofuturism, art, and literature.
Absolutely.
Because it's not just about consuming. It's about creating.
Yes.
What worlds will you build? What stories will you tell? What futures will you imagine? Black Panther has shown us what's possible. Now it's up to all of us to carry that torch forward.
Remember, the conversation doesn't end here. Keep questioning, keep creating, and keep imagining. Wakanda forever.